And now it's time for the main event of the evening. As I sit here waiting for this Jason Dickinson overpay video to get verified by YouTube's automatic checking system, I wanted to bring you a commentary on the latest, the greatest of the NHL trades today, courtesy of Elliot Friedman. Let's freaking go, baby. It is Freege with the details. Per sources, we have ourselves a trade of MacKenzie Weegar to the Utah Mammoth in exchange for Olli Maatta, Jonathan Castagna, and 3 2026 second-round picks. Oh my goodness, I did not even realize Utah had 3 2026 second-round picks. But it seems like they did, and it seems like they are now going over to Calgary. We were just speaking a few videos ago about how the Calgary Flames have so many draft picks, their own and then a whole bunch of others from Vegas, from Vancouver, and otherwise, and now they have just tripled the amount of seconds they have in this upcoming draft? Something like that? I don't know. Let's go over and look at the details here. So MacKenzie Weegar, obviously very notable defenseman for the Calgary Flames, 32 years old, 6 feet 205 right-handed guy. He's only 6 feet, but he plays a lot bigger than that. He's always willing to block shots. He's physical. He can body check. He's very good defensively. He's very responsible. In the past few years, we have seen MacKenzie Weegar as a legitimate powerhouse offensively. 20 goals in a season is very difficult for most NHL defensemen, and Weegar was able to do that with the Flames just a few years ago. He had 52 points in that season, 47 points the next. This year, though, he's got 21 points in 60 games, on pace for about 29 points, although he plays in Calgary, right? So obviously the numbers are not going to be all too fair for him. Weegar carries a reputation, he's really good, and it's why the trade price looks like this. Olli Maatta, Castagna, and 3 seconds is a haul for the Calgary Flames. And that's not even to totally crap on Olli Maatta. He's fine. 31 years old, 6'2", 209, left-handed defenseman signed on till the end of 2028, making $3.5 million a year. Maatta had been in and out of certain lineups. He ended up winning a cup or two with the Pittsburgh Penguins, which obviously is the highlight of his career. I think back in that time frame, a lot of Penguins fans thought that Maatta was destined for bigger and greater things, especially since he was in his early 20s. But he ended up just kind of roving around with different teams. He was with the Penguins for a while, went to Chicago, LA, Detroit, Utah, and last season with the Mammoth, he ended up getting himself 18 points in 70 games played. Excuse me, not the Mammoth, the hockey club. This year, he only has 1 point in 22 games played. So definitely not an ideal health-wise year for Olli Maatta. He did get some playing time at the Olympics for Team Finland, though, so there is some pride to take in that. At the end of the day, though, Olli Maatta is a body coming onto the Calgary Flames roster just to even out the ins and the outs of the deal. He isn't bad. He's fine, especially when he's able to play a full season's worth of time. So Calgary Flames fans, it's not like you're getting some total bum in this regard out of this trade. You're getting a decent NHL defenseman. He is no MacKenzie Weegar. Absolutely not. You definitely gave up the better player if you're a Calgary Flames fan, but the prospect and the picks definitely make it a lot easier to stomach. Let's go out there and talk about Jonathan Castagna and his overall profile. He plays out of Cornell University in the NCAA. 20-year-old, 6'2", 203 center, and he was drafted by Arizona back in the 70th overall spot, 2023. Jonathan Castagna is constantly moving his feet, shifting laterally, sprinting through his lanes, and causing havoc. His hands, able to keep up with his skating, are among the standout tools in his arsenal. Inside, outside handles, and targeting the backs and triangles of defenders make the Toronto-born forward a constant threat to destroy a gap and pivot a defender. That was courtesy of the Elite Prospects 2023 NHL Draft Guide, And they actually did have him listed as a pretty decent prospect back in the day. 6 out of 10 for skating, 5.5 out of 10 for puck handling, 5 out of 10 for hockey sense and his physical game. And you're really starting to see those skills showcase themselves off in the NCAA this year, as Castagna has 32 points in 29 Cornell University games. Now, this is his third season in the NCAA, so he is a junior. This isn't really the easiest path for a guy to get traded from, because he is 1 year away from NHL free agency eligibility if he decides to go one more year at Cornell, finish up his degree, and then just test the market himself. There is a chance that Jonathan Castagna does not intend to sign with the Calgary Flames, and the Flames end up just getting a guy who decides to leave shortly after. But if there was a plan for this player to end up signing a contract with whichever team has his rights at the end of this current season, then there is an opportunity here for the Calgary Flames to take advantage of that and grab onto this guy. Take a look at the Elliot Friedman tweet here. Castagna, 70th overall in 2023, is a center with 32 points in 29 games for NCAA Cornell. And then, of course, 3 2026 second-round picks. That's a lot, in my opinion. Like, I know Nikhil's going out here and saying, haha, that's all they got? Bro, that's a lot. That's huge, actually. Seems like a lot of mid. Keep in mind that one of the seconds is the Rangers, so it's basically a late first. That's a really good point to look at it as well. When you think about it like Maatta, Castagna, 2 seconds and a first, that all of a sudden sounds a lot better. Although, 3 seconds is 3 seconds, and we'll just leave it at that. I'm thinking about it like, hey, Kiefer Sherwood was able to get 2 seconds. MacKenzie Weegar got a roster player, a nice prospect, and 3 seconds. It kind of evens out in my mind pretty nicely over here for the Calgary Flames. They're getting themselves a pretty nice haul over here. Weegar isn't that good. 2 players in 3 seconds. Utah, what are we doing? The Flames have 3 second-round picks this year. I think there's a little bit more. Yeah, 4. 4, and I believe 2 firsts as well. That is absolutely insane when you really think about it. Let's go over to the NHL Draft for 2026 and just try to take a look at each of the draft picks that exist and which teams end up having them. So Calgary currently has the 4th overall pick in this year's draft. They have Vegas's first as well. Then you scroll down into the second round, so they have New York's second, they have their own second, they have Ottawa's second, they have Utah's second, so that seems to be the layout as to which 3 draft picks the Flames are getting in the second round. New York's, which was acquired in the Olli Maatta trade, of course, but this was also traded over to New York in the Patrick Nemeth deal. You have yourselves this Ottawa pick, which was used in the Jacob Chychrun deal, and then you have this Utah Mammoth pick, which was just initially sent over for Maatta and MacKenzie Weegar. So lots to like out of the Calgary Flames getting all these assets here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this MacKenzie Weegar trade over to Utah. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.